Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl T Erin, aka Tweety, and today I'm just going to talk about the overload of advice on social media. It's just too much advice. This video isn't about adding to the noise. It's about stepping back from all the voices that you're hearing and to actually listen to yourself. Ultimately, nobody else can tell you what to do with your life because it's your life. Nobody knows you better than you know yourself. Listening to yourself and thinking for yourself, I'm pretty sure that's something that we all can use a lot of right now.
I actually do cuss a little.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably.
My goal today is not to give you more advice to add onto your load, but to help you recognize when too much advice is blocking your ability to think for yourself. Social media is a hub of opinions, y'all. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody is an expert. Everybody's been through it. And I love it. I must say, I do love that people are able to share their stories, but it's just too much. You get on TikTok, you get on Instagram, you get on YouTube, you get on Twitter. Somebody has a life hack. Somebody has a career hack. With all these voices, some people can definitely get overstimulated. And I'm definitely one of those people. Like if I'm going out and I'm looking for specific advice, sometimes I feel like I'm mentally fatigued by it. Too much advice on social media can definitely impact your mental health and definitely impact your decision making. Mental health issues are at their peak. I see so many videos that have ads for BetterHelp.com, and I'm not knocking y'all going to therapy, but I'm just saying, if you're out here looking for free advice, you're not trying to pay for therapy, there is just too much of it. Like, you're overstimulated. I am encouraging you today to literally think for yourself before even going to search for more advice on top of what the algorithm is already giving to us anyway. Constant advice from people who have these lavish lifestyles, who have things that you don't have, can often lead to you comparing yourself to them and feeling like you're not doing what is right. It just creates unnecessary pressure in your life, making you feel like you need to go harder in certain areas to by a certain age. Oh, all my friends are married right now. All of this right now. Maybe I'm not doing something right. The fear of missing out. A comparison is a thief of joy. There's so many unqualified people giving advice. Anybody could say they're a doctor. Anybody could say they're this or that on social media. We have seen so many people simply catfish on social media. Imagine what titles people are giving themselves just to give advice. So for example, y'all, a few months ago, I made a video about why I stopped watching tarot cards. I was seeking advice. For one, I was super depressed. So like I was already battling with mental issues, but also, you know, this wasn't a qualified person. I should have been going to therapy or should have been going out to, you know, calling out to God, if anything. I bring that up to say, like, tarot cards is not a professional advice tactic. Like, if you need to go get real advice, you need to go get real help. Maybe not depend on your algorithm or YouTube or social media, period, to get the help that you need. Seek out professional advice or seek out wise counsel. Social media literally feeds our unconscious thoughts. Algorithms already feed our fears, our limiting thoughts. So if you're already thinking certain limiting beliefs, your algorithm is going to feed that to you. That's the advice it's going to give to you. Like, for example, y'all, I can be honest and say I have been over it. I have taken a break from social media because I feel like there's just too much advice about relationships, single moms. I have to question myself and I have to be like, is there something in the back of my head that I'm limiting myself in believing certain things? And I do talk about these things on my YouTube, so I'm pretty sure the algorithm is bringing it up because I am also talking about it. But also, like, I don't want to see that. So I literally can see how my algorithm is literally based off the things that I talk about and certain thoughts that I really do have. Like, y'all, they be listening, whoever they is. A lot of people want things to be instantly fixed. So it's not popcorn. Social media most of the time promotes shortcuts and super simplified solutions rather than meaningful long-term strategies. A 1-minute reel cannot fix your complex life. So just because it has a lot of likes does not mean that it's right. A lot of times people are just entertaining exactly what they want to hear. And a lot of our society needs like a quick fix. So you might see this one post that is 1 minute, this one reel, this one TikTok that's 3 minutes, but it's not befitting for your situation. So we can't take that. We have to take that with a grain of salt, because if it don't apply, let it fly. Your complex situation, a 1 minute reel cannot fix that. Now, there are positives of social media advice. You gain access to opinions and experiences from all over the world. So you realize that you're not the only woman going through this. You're not the only man going through this. You're not the only black person going through something. You're not the only white person going through something. Then there's also certain groups within social media that provide a sense of community. I was selling clothes. Y'all, I realized there was a lot of, business pages that gave great business advice for small business owners. I noticed that even like certain women empowerment groups and certain YouTube channels also provide a sense of community. So I'm not going to sit up here and just act like social media advice is all bad, because there are some positives to it. Not all advice is bad. Some of it is genuinely helpful. What I'm here to do for you today is to encourage you to think for yourself and filter out and ignore the advice that's not for you. You know yourself better than anybody does. So don't nobody know you like you know you. You have to just navigate social media responsibly. Do your own research and listen to yourself. Going back to the quality of the advice, think about who the advice is even coming from. Is this person just speaking from hurt? What are their credentials? Sometimes, y'all, Google people. Stop just taking any advice you get from anywhere, anybody. Some of these people just be putting on a lab coat. It's their Halloween costume. Do your own research. It's nothing wrong with Googling and just researching different perspectives. I want to bring up Proverbs 11 and 14 in this situation. Proverbs 11 and 14 reads, "Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety." So basically, seek God's counsel when you're undecided, when you're facing a challenge. Ask God to confirm the advice that you just researched. Ask God to confirm the research that you're hearing and you're getting from all these people on social media before you just move off of excitement. Buying versus renting of a house, y'all. I see so many things about first-time home buyer loans and first-time home buyer benefits and hidden things that we didn't know about. Yet nobody really tells you that if you use certain first-time home buyer benefits, you're probably going to end up paying more in the long run because you're getting certain discounts off in the beginning. So you have to be really, really detailed and go look and research things for yourself before just going off of what we hear on the internet. Just how you can create a filter on Instagram, just how you can use a filter on Instagram and other social media platforms. Use a mental filter and filter out what you hear, and most importantly, listen to yourself. Use your God-given intuition. Does it seem right? What you hearing, does it really make sense to you? Listen to your intuition and your personal experience first before you listen to somebody else. A lot of people out here are blind and they're leading the blind. But if you don't use social media in the right way, social media can be poisonous. Most of the content you see on your algorithm is advice based. So what you see, what you hear, what you apply into your life, all of that is based through the algorithm. The algorithm is fit to you. Some people are profiting off giving advice. Influencers you see living this lavish lifestyle, they're trying to give you the tools. Oh, this is how you come up. This is how you should do this. This is how you should do that. Y'all gotta realize these people are getting paid for it. That doesn't mean that they are genuinely giving this advice to benefit you. Technically, that could be a conflict of interest, because it's a dog-eat-dog world out here. People gotta eat. Like, they'll give you advice just for a paycheck. Just realize that social media is a hub of opinions. You got to be mindful of comparison and unqualified advice. Think critically and confirm what you know based off your beliefs and your personal experiences. Take everything with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Mental health issues are at their peak. This video isn't about adding to the noise. It's about stepping back from all the voices that you're hearing and to actually listen to yourself. Listening to yourself and thinking for yourself, I'm pretty sure that's something that we all can use a lot of right now. I want to encourage y'all today to share y'all experiences in the comments below. If you feel overwhelmed by the advice on social media, share your experience, share your thoughts, share some maybe advice that you could give somebody else to encourage them to think for themselves in a world full of all these chiefs, not enough Indians. I also ask you guys to subscribe to my channel and of course follow me on social media, Tiarian vs. Sweetie on all platforms. And I'm not gonna be sitting up here giving y'all advice about advice. Think for yourself. Go out and do the research. There's nothing wrong with using some of the advice that we do get from social media. I don't know about y'all, but I love some of those cleaning hacks. I love some of those organizational hacks. I love some of the budget hacks, but I don't love when it's just too much and it's just overstimulating, when it's too much relationship advice, when it's too much of what to do with your money, when it's just too much and it's like, okay, if there's all these right ways of doing it, then it's like, am I doing something wrong? If God doesn't confirm something for you, if you out here doing the research on something and you really are looking for the right advice, I would say just pray on it. Ask God to confirm if that's really the advice that you need to take in before you actually make any decision. So that's my video today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. And thank you guys for tuning in today on Talks with Tweet.